I'm sure you've heard someone around you propose that your individual vote doesn't mean anything in a presidential election. They may have chalked that up to the Electoral College, a voting system as old as our country that has been catching heat for a while now. But what is it? And are these pessimists right? The Electoral College is a voting process created by the Founding Fathers themselves, as a compromise for people who wanted the president to be voted in by Congress and people who wanted the president to be voted in by citizens. To begin with, people who are directly involved with the Electoral College are called electors. These are just people who cast votes representative of their own state's voters. Each state has the same number of electors as the number of people who represent it in Congress. One elector for each member of the House of Representatives, and 2 electors for 2 senators. So if New Jersey has 12 state representatives and 2 senators, like every other state, they have 14 electors. Washington, D.C. is given 3 electors and considered a state as established by the 23rd Amendment. This means that the United States has 538 electors total. Each presidential candidate has their own set of electors, called a slate. These people are often chosen by each state legislature. Those who are already members of Congress or hold any kind of high federal office are not allowed to be electors, though the specific processes and qualifications for becoming an elector vary depending on the state. You can check your state's specifications below. When you vote for president, you are actually voting for your state's electors. For example, by voting Democrat, you are saying you want your state's electors to be awarded to the Democratic candidate. Most states have a winner-take-all approach, where if the majority of people in the state vote for one candidate, then all of the electors are awarded to that candidate. Except Nebraska and Maine, they split up their electors among the candidates proportional to how many votes they each get. So if half the state's votes go for one candidate, then only half of their electors go to that candidate. A presidential candidate needs a majority of 270 electors to win the election. Usually, but not always, the candidate who wins the popular vote also wins the electoral vote. Electors meet to cast their official votes in December. In modern times, we know who won the election on or shortly after Election Day, so this meeting is just for official purposes. Electors must vote for the candidate that their state has chosen. So, does your vote really matter? Some believe that smaller states are awarded too much power in elections, while many states aren't taken as seriously as they should be, all because of the Electoral College. The idea that a presidential candidate can win an election while simultaneously losing the popular vote is unsettling to many. But still, there's a vast amount of individuals who believe that the Electoral College is constitutionally fair, as it has corresponded with the popular vote for the majority of elections in U.S. history. Regardless, voting is an imperative responsibility for a U.S. citizen, and your vote will always have power. Do you believe the Electoral College should be abolished? Let us know in the comments below. And as always, don't stop voting and try your best to compassionately debate. Watch our other videos for more quick civics lessons.